So this is an ultra super short video on a sealed intake manifold for an Onan. You can see I basically just smear copper RTV all the way around this thing. This one I smoothed out with a screwdriver a little bit. And again, it doesn't look pretty, but it's not going to leak. And if you really wanted to take the time to make this look good, you could actually use the tip on a RTV container and cut it to a nice sharp point and fill in just that crack. But to me, I don't really care that much. This will work just fine. I did 3 of them between yesterday and today. So this is another one I did. And I went around and actually trimmed the sealant off the top here to make it look a little bit better. But that's it. You just go around the whole outside of this thing, sealing the 2 halves of the intake manifold together. There you go. Another tip from Cranky Motorsports. Alright everybody, I just wanted to do a quick little update here. I talk all the time about Onans with the reed valve or the PCV system in these sometimes getting clogged up. So this is one of the valve covers. This one just has the lifters for the, I think the front or the rear cylinder when you're looking at the side of the tractor from the flywheel side. The front cylinder has a valve cover that has a reed valve setup in it. So it has this spring, and then it has this little tiny piece of spring steel underneath here. Spring goes on top of this. So if I pull this off real quick, it's not always the easiest thing to get off because of that reed valve, but underneath there you can see the lifters. And I had a couple people ask me how to adjust the lifters. It's as simple as a 7/16 wrench and a 9/16 wrench. The lifters themselves actually have a notch on it for the 9/16 wrench, and then the 7/16 wrench goes on this little adjuster right here. Basically, if you need more gap, you tighten up the bolt, the 7/16 bolt. If you need less gap, you turn it, you loosen the bolt up. So that's what changes the gap on it. Then put your valve cover gasket on there. The lower half of your PCV system, make sure that gasket is all nice and centered on there. Put the spring on here. Then you need another gasket, and these are kind of weird shaped gaskets, so if you put it on backwards, you'll notice that it doesn't line up correctly on the corners. So just flip it over, put it on, make sure it's all lined up correctly. Make sure that spring is on the bolt. Sometimes you don't have the stud in there, sometimes you actually have a bolt that you have to put down from the top. And then this guy goes on this way, and you tighten all that stuff down. So that's your PCV system. That's also how you adjust your valves on an Onan. Very simple, works really well. Sometimes if you have issues where you're getting oil in your carburetor, there's 2 little drain holes, one in the corner here and one in the corner here. Those could be completely clogged, and this area could be completely full of oil and not allowing it to drain back or to pull the crankcase pressure out of the motor. So it could actually cause overpressurization and cause some oil to come out of this pulse line. At least that's my theory on it. I'm not sure exactly that's why, but I have had some tractors where the fuel pump didn't work unless I took this apart, cleaned that reed valve, cleaned out the drain holes, and put everything back together. So just another quick little update.